What is up, YouTube? This is Pizza Science here. Today I'm going to be doing a little bit of a follow-up video to yesterday's video. Yesterday I uploaded an unboxing of this here knife. Alright, this is the Kershaw Leek, and I got this thing in orange, and guys, this thing is freaking incredible. Seriously, it's still razor sharp. I have been, off and on just cutting up little pieces of scrap paper. Fact, here we go. Little index card just to show you. Very sharp indeed. Definitely the sharpest knife I've ever owned, but then again, I don't really have a heck of a whole lot of knives. This is just something that I got mostly to use as an unboxing knife. Also just because it's cool. I like knives in general, and I don't really have like a proper. I don't want to say that. Like, I hate saying that, but aside from my case knives, I don't really have a proper folding knife, if you know what I mean, like a proper sort of pocket clip, locking, thumb stud, quick actuating, So I thought that this would be kind of cool to get, and plus I had, like I say, played with them in person before, or at least I played with the chive in person before, and I did realize that in yesterday's video. I was thinking that my friend actually had a scallion, but I was actually meant to say the chive. So, anyways, the chive is what I thought was a leek, and that's when I fell in love with it. So that's why I got this, and I have to say I do like this knife, even though it's not a chive. But yeah, anyways, I want to go ahead and I want to give you guys a little bit of a public service announcement, a little bit of a warning, a little bit of a, just something to think about if you're interested in getting a leek and you are a lefty like me. As you can see, I've been playing with this thing pretty much throughout the entire video with my left hand. This is my right hand, and then there's my left hand. Alright? So, here's the problem with the leek and being a lefty. Now, I imagine that this is probably user error. Yesterday when I was editing and then proof watching the unboxing video of this thing, I obviously was sort of playing around with it because it's a knife and I'm just playing with it and whatnot. And something that I quickly came to realize was that when I was starting to practice a bit with my left hand, an annoyance that I had noticed is that oftentimes, you see that lock right there? That is the speed safe technology that that Kershaw has. And something that I noticed that was a little bit annoying is that, let's get this thing closed up, when you're playing with this in your left hand, and the reason why this is definitely not intended to be a lefty knife, in my opinion, is that when you go to open it up, for instance, if that locking feature is butting up against the sort of the meat of your hand right here, it can sort of get slid up a little bit. Now, I can't really do it on cue anymore because I did adjust the tensions a little bit after what happened, but even still, sometimes it just kind of slides up a little bit. Even that much is enough to keep that blade firmly and securely locked. I can't open it anymore. But here's the thing. Even if I slide this down to maybe here, I think that's still locked. Yeah, that's still locked. But even right about, there, and I don't really want to have to make cuts in this video to refocus and whatnot, so I'm trying to keep this in focus the best that I can. Even right there should be enough to keep that blade locked in, but it opens now. Alright, here's what happened. Sometimes when you go to open the knife, you can accidentally actuate that. But this can also happen when I was practicing one-handed closing, which, as you can see, definitely compared to yesterday's video, I am quite a bit better at doing. But what actually happened was that once when I went to close it, I managed to close it beautifully, to the point where it closed with nice authority. It managed to sort of snap shut. I can't really do that on command anymore, but it was, I figured out a way to kind of get it to snap shut, nice and quickly. I'm still kind of inconsistent at it. But when I managed to do that at one point, not only did I manage to get a beautiful closing, I also managed to slide this up a little bit. And I think I managed to slide it up probably about all the way. And when I managed to slam it shut, I saw a little black thing fall and hit the table. And I was like, what the heck is that thing? It was like nice and hard. I thought it might have just been some sort of a crumb that maybe was stuck to my sleeve or something, so I just kind of said, so be it. And then I took a closer look at this, and noticed that there was something obviously missing. Yes, do you guys see what happened? That little black thing that fell out was actually the lock bar, the little locking bar of the speed safe. So that happened. The knife, like I say, is so sharp, as I've clearly demonstrated. I think I'm gonna have to reopen this now to get it locked. Is so sharp. I mean, it's friggin' insanely sharp. There's a little bit of a push cut for you. That it managed to cut through its own safety feature. Alright? I'm saying this is more than likely user error. Okay? This is more than likely a user error. You know, me just playing with it. I'm definitely not gonna shy away from admitting that I was definitely scared of this knife at first, and I still am a little bit scared of it. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, it's fast, the speed assist, it's kind of awkward, I'm not used to that. I'm definitely a little bit scared of it. You know, the overall lines of the knife, it's kind of, you don't really have a lot of area to grip on. So, like, this is why I still haven't mastered right-handed closing, because I'm not a righty, and, oh gosh, I'm just scared like a finger's going to slip off or something like that, so I kind of have to come in like that. So, that's that. I mean, so I've been pretty much practicing a lot with my left hand, so here's basically what I'm saying. Obviously, if you're going to be playing with this as a lefty, especially in, you know, this is especially applies to you if this is your first ever speed assisted knife. First thing, what you want to do when you get this thing out of the box is check to see how easy this thing is to manipulate, okay? If this thing is like pretty much practically feels like it should be free floating, take your T6 and adjust it. Adjust it with minute adjustments, by the way. Don't go like full quarter turns, because then you won't be able to move it at all. Do like very slight touches. It literally doesn't take a whole lot, and you'll get quite the difference. I bet I probably turned mine maybe an eighth of a turn. You know, an eighth of a turn, and if even that. And it, you know, it's definitely a lot more stiff, and I don't really think it's going to come loose anytime soon. It takes a little bit more effort to move it. I think it's actually about what it should be. I think it should have been that way out of the box. But check to make sure that this is, you know, doesn't just like float in there. If it does, obviously you want to make sure that you tighten that up. Alright? And something else that I suggest, and this is actually something that I am going to do eventually, is maybe take some like electrical tape, or not electrical tape, steer clear from electrical tape, but take maybe painter's tape or drafting tape if you have any of that, and just tape your blade up with it, alright? Put it on your blade, tape it up, and then practice with your right hand, alright? Put enough tape on there to where it's not going to act, you know, to where it's not going to easily cut through it. I'd say maybe 1 or 2 pieces would be plenty, and then just practice one-handed opening and closing it with your right hand. That way you can get it down, and obviously treat it like it is a sharp edge, and, you know, obviously don't just hold it like this and go, ugh, because then obviously if that edge were exposed, you'd chop your fingers off. So, anyways, that's it. This video actually turned out to be a little bit longer than I wanted it to, but I just wanted to come on here and tell you guys, if you are a lefty, just know that if you want to get a leak, make sure that, A, you check that lock bar, you know, check the speed safe, make sure it's not loose or anything, because, I mean, even with the tension I have it at now, it still kind of slides up there and whatnot, but, you know, yeah. And B, I would maybe suggest taping up your blade like that and training your right hand to operate it, because obviously this is meant to be a righty hand or righty knife, so that's a better deal. And the lock is still fully functional. I mean, it's still locked shut, but here's the thing, that lock is clearly engaged. If I just do this, I can open it. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of scared to carry this thing now, so I'm going to see what I can do about warranty and whatnot, and we will see how that goes. But anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this quick video. Well, somewhat quick. It's almost about the full length of my unboxing, but I just wanted to come on here and let you guys know that that happened, and I still love the knife, but it would be nice if I could get it fixed up and whatnot. So I will look into that, and we shall see what happens. So guys, thank you all for watching. I will see you in my next video, and adios.